Welcome to group break number 668. We have a full case of the brand new 25-26 extended. Trying to pull one of those debut jerseys, trying to pull some just cool looking cards. So this is a pick your team. So people got to pick their team. And here's what everyone ended up with. I think I got this into the show notes correctly. Yeah, it looks like I did. So, all right. Good luck. Again, sometimes when teams don't fill in the pick your team, we put them at dollar auction. So feel free to check out the streams. Again, it is Zephyr Epic on whatnot. I need to get another pack of top loaders out for this because we're gonna need them. And we have one more pick your team after this, and then depending on how that fills, we might do another 6-box random. If we don't, then that 6-box random will go next on Friday. This Friday in 2 days. All right, should be good enough. Sorry, it's been a little bit of a. Should have got this before I started the video, but there we go. Oh, man, that's 2 big acetates hit then. Schaefer and everyone's pulling big stuff right now. Schaefer by Cap City, Misa by Card Chasers. Mint got the debut jersey autograph. I forget who it was, but there we go. Well, like I said, we're on a red streak in products. Like, legitimately, I think we're at least 5 straight cases for breaks where we've opened up a red. But the acetate is not a 1 of 1. You're talking about that. Come on, cowboy. Let's go. Let's pull some cool stuff. Like, at the end of the day, I just want to see sick cards for everybody. That is my stance. Yeah. Oh, the debut patch? No, I think it was just a jersey auto. So not a patch, but. Best card that we pulled today. Honestly, we've only done 6 boxes. I hate the words that are going to come out of my mouth, but it's the Sam Bennett Day with the Cup that has a Conn Smythe in it. Because typically the Conn Smythe ones have gone for a little bit more. Yeah, like we pulled a Seneca Young Gun, we've pulled Chernyshov, we've pulled some playoff variations and stuff. Nothing like, I don't know, nothing insane, I would say. But hey. Collect the final 25 cards of the Sizzle Reel set. Wow, that's really on the side. Yeah. And it's like, we didn't hit anything major, but it was still solid, so. Hey, remember last year we did pull the Gold Outburst of Marner. The Young Gun Gold Outburst of Marner. On release day? I think it was on release day, so. Hard to believe that was almost a year ago. And I went to a Leafs fan. A diehard Leafs fan. Unfortunately. Yeah, boxes are live online. Yeah, that's more or less what I thought we were gonna end up at. So, I just didn't want to fully confirm and it be different, you know. Snuggard, Jakai on the Young Guns, Werenski, and we'll top load and sleeve the Young Guns afterwards. But Ovechkin for the Capitals, Misa for the Sharks, and Victor Arvidsson for the Bruins on the Outbursties. McDavid on the Understand Your Assignment, Cowan on the first round rookies, and Bratt on the pros and prospects. Bratt. John Tavares, Kamel, and Ryan Strome on the clear cut. Wow, it almost looked like a kind of like shadow thing. Hunter Skinner for the Blues, Kyle Connor for the Jets, and Adam Larson for the Kraken. That's like a very eerie photo. Almost looks like a fighting game choose your character screen. Kachuk, Draisaitl, and Level 3 Trilogy Rookie to 99 for Chicago of Oliver Moore. Not bad, not bad. Level 3s look pretty nice. Give that a stand. They're tough to hit. I really like Chicago in this product. I like Lardis as a young gun, so. Yeah, I saw that. It's sick. Someone had the full rainbow of one player, and it was really cool. See, that's a tech that I'd like to see is like doing stuff like that would be really cool if Upper Deck started doing it. So, all right, here we go. Lucas Raymond for the Red Wings, Hischier for the Devils, and McKinnon on the Sparkly Boys for the Avs. I understood the assignment of Nylander Butiets for the Ducks and Lejeau for the Hurricanes. I will go close my window again. 1 second. Aho, Brady Martin, and Isaac Howard. Stamkos with a Villander for the Canucks and a Bushnevich for the Blues. I will close my window after this box just to be safe. Power play rookies of Bouillon for the Wild, Easton Cowan on the rookie reflections, and playoff photo variation of Josh Morrissey. That doesn't even look like it's from a playoff game. It might be an away playoff game, I guess. Don't they normally... I guess it's only if you get to the Cup Finals. But photo variation for the Jets. Jack Devine for the Panthers, Michael Misa for the Sharks, and JT Miller for the Rangers. Alright. Let me go close the window again. Sorry about this. It is, unfortunately, a landscaping day at my complex, so... Petition them to change it to Tuesdays. 1 second. Okay, that's still loud. There we go. I just have to fully close it. Alright. Alright. Next box. Come on. There we go. We want to see a Demi Red debut. We want to see a clear cut of Nate Danielson. What were the other requests in here? The Schaefer, something sick for Schaefer. That'd be nice. I guess you'll be able to tell thickness-wise in a pack if you hit a debut jersey card or not. I'm somewhat shocked they didn't put in other jersey cards into the set just to kind of like cause confusion, you know? All right, here we go. Rasmus Dahlin, McKinnon, and Philip Forsberg. Sagan, Fowler for the Habs. That's the first Fowler I've seen. And he's going to be a very interesting player to follow Price Splash, just with the rise of Dobish, but very good goalie in his own right. I honestly think he's better, personally. But Jonathan Tace on the canvas. 7, 8, 9. Hellbuck for the Jets, Nate Danielson, and Braden McNabb. Matthew Schaefer on the power play, Murchison for the Flyers, and Tage for the Sabres. Sizzle reel of Kopitar, Seneca on the UD3, and Marcus Johansson for the Wild on the Outburst. Dylan Larkin, Denver Barkey. Nice one there for the Flyers, and Konechny for the Flyers as well. Barkey, I think, is a sleeve and top load, dude. Day 1 we'll do anyone that I graded B or above. Day 2 will probably, our standards will start slipping a little bit. Because again, like, this is kind of like, at least I'll look and see the value for the big UD3 guys and stuff like that. Obviously Schaefer will get sleeve and top load because it's Schaefer. But worst case, it'll be like some of them will just get individually sleeved and then grouped together. So kind of like how I ship Platinum if you were in Platinum breaks for us. We got a rookie update. I'm not sure. It looked like a rookie update. Oh, that's nice for Utah. Patrick Laine, Easton Cowan again. Checklist between the Leafs and Red Wings, so that'll be a random at the end here. Again, if we hit another variant, how we always have done those is that if we hit 2 of the checklists, both people get one. If we hit 1 variant and 1 regular, we'll random off the better one. The worst will go to the loser. Ooh, that's an Acetate Young Gun. Easton Cowan, Colton Dock, and wrong Leaf. Jacob Quillen, though, on the Acetate Young Gun for the Leafs. Wrong Leaf, but sick card still. Going to PC. No complaints. This is a really good box then. Let me stick up the canvas here. Because Detroit, I believe Snipe had Detroit, and then, yeah. Nice, that's our first one. Hunter Skinner. Pros and Prospects of Eichel. Dustin Wolf for the Flames. Stutzla, Ryan Green, and black and white Young Gun canvas for the Utah Mammoth of Daniel Boot. Really good one to get from this set. Again, I really like his profile. 6'5", 6'6", scoring winger. Good hands. I like that. That's a player that I place a bet on all day for going up in value. Florian Jacquet for the Habs with Sammy Reinhart and Rasmus Dahlin. And a Mikko Rantanen with a Yanni Neiman and a Luke Cagnoni to 1999 on the rookie update. Good box. Really good box. Because that was a Fowler, the Acetate, the black and white. Yeah. Barkey. No complaints here. No complaints here. Alright, let me put this over to this side just so I have that there. Yeah, I like that they switched the first round rookies. I'll probably say this every time we open this up to just 10, and that they did them in game photos rather than their draft photos. Nice little change, I think. All right. Looks like we have a Young Gun canvas again. All right. Barzell for the Islanders, Boutietz for the Ducks, Perreault for the Rangers, Schneider for the Rangers, Ryan Leonard, and Frank Nazar. Tom Villander, and wow, it's a boot party here. That's the second time we pulled his Young Gun Canvas regular, and we pulled his black and white. Let's go. I'll take that. Utah will take that. That's for sure. Forsberg, Braden Coots, and Ozzy Weisblatt. I feel like Weisblatt had a Dazzlers for some reason. I don't know why. Zane Perek. Jack Devine, again, player that I like from this set. Brock Besser. Troy Terry, Austin Matthews, and Jonathan Quick on the Outburst. The decoy, not an outdoor variation of Jay Christensen, even though it's very clear, like, very clearly an outdoor game photo. Again, my one big ask is that if you're going to make outdoor or special game variants, do not put the regular base card of the player in the outdoor game photos. NHL 13. Nice. Yeah, we've done breaks for a long time. There's another pick your team up for extended. And then depending on how the room is and depending on what time it is, we're getting close to me needing to go for lunch. So I think that'll probably end up being it for the day. But we'll be live Friday. You can feel free to bookmark that show. And then I'll try and get pricing up. I'll update that tomorrow with what time the pricing will drop for it. So Carlson, Murashov, nice Murashov Young Gun, and Dobson. Rinzel, Reflections of Misa, and Power Play Rookies to 199. Dalbeer. Jimmy on the Snuggie on the first round rookies. Stutzla and upside down Nick Perbix. Dale. Pitbull's favorite player. Put that up there. Dale again. Asp and Perot on the holographics for the Rangers. Salomonson, Elias Salomonson for the Jets. Good young gun. Don't think he'll sell super well. Brady Martin and Lane Hudson. Salomonson, I think, is kind of like a lesser version of Villander. McKinnon, Ostland, and Kyle Connor for the Jets. 250 on the deluxe. Again, the Four Nations stuff does go to their current team as of the start of the break. ID Tuner, we do, but we ask that you you get your shipments preferably within a month and message us when you do that. And then, just because it is, can become backed up. A week's fine. The Kyle Connor is for the Jets. So again, the Four Nations stuff goes to their current team. So Kyle Connor would be Jets. NHL, we did a team random 6-box to start the day. We'll be doing another one on Friday. It'll be a $35 buy-in. Canadian. Plus like shipping and tax and stuff. But yeah. The Four Nations stuff, like, try and make everything pretty straightforward. And ID, if you're also local, I mean, I have you saying that Cubby now. If you're local, it gets a little bit confusing because when I see a local order, I just drop it off at our store. So we're based out of Surrey, but so anything in like the greater Vancouver area, the Fraser Valley, I kind of drop off there automatically. But I will put it on hold for you for sure. So yeah, we've got some like pickups that are dating back to almost like actually over a year ago, and so I just need to like, I just don't want to have that happen anymore because it's just kind of tedious trying to keep up with it and everything. And then, you know, after a certain point, what do you do you consider the cards abandoned and things like that? So all right, Levshinov, Ostland, and Kindle to $9.99 for the Penguins. Waddle. Gabe Velarde, Danielle Boo. Jacob Quillen is the acetate. A nice boot. And Nick Suzuki for the Habs. We got a Kyle Connor for the Jets, Oliver Moore, and Brock Faber for the Wild. Demidov for the Habs, Levshinov, Perek, McAvoy for the Bruins, Gunther, and Tristan Bros for the Penguins on the Outburst Young Gun. Again, I like the Penguins in this set. I like Murashov. You've got the Kindle stuff, which is always nice. Bros is half decent. That's blinding. There we go. Same with the boot. So. Excuse me. It's allergy season, and they are hitting hard. Laugh for the Rangers. Tristan Nielsen, Vancouver Giant legend for the Avs. Barkov for the Panthers. And again, I will get to offers on the next pick your team at the halfway point of this break. So in 2.5 more boxes. Yeah, we'll keep it to what was listed today, and then we'll probably do about the same amount on Friday. Maybe a slight mix-up in, like, product. We might do a bit of an extended mixer, but we'll see. Macklin for the Sharks on the understood the assignment. Cadden on the first round, and Leonard for the Capitals. Leonard with the Perot and a black and white canvas of Trouba for the Ducks. Travis Konechny, Reed Schaefer, and Sebastian Aho on the Finland Four Nations face-off. So that goes to the Hurricanes. Jacques Hughes for the Devils, Demidov on the rookie reflections, and Brady Tkachuk for the Senators. Michael Misa on the power play rookies. First Young Gun checklist, Seattle and Anaheim. So that'll be a random. They both look so shocked. And a Seneca, pros and prospects. Fantilli, Buyam, and Landon Slaggert. Finish off that box. Go. All right. Here we go. That'd be actually really funny if he was. It's like, sure, honey, I like the name Beckett too. Pulls out sports cards, graded sack of Beckett cards. I wish that they did some, like Beckett did some sort of promo around that, because that'd be really funny. Now they're owned by PSA, so it doesn't matter, but... That's our second black and white Young Gun canvas. Brady Martin, Engstrom, and Z for the Wild. And I'm really shocked they didn't do more Z stuff in Canucks in this. Horvat for the Islanders, Draisaitl, and Duren for the Islanders. Draisaitl's obviously for the Oilers, but Jarvis, Braden Bowman for Vegas, and John Carlson for the Capitals. Brandon Hagel, Zane Perek, and black and white young gun canvas of Luca Pinelli. Well, I mean, yeah, Collectors Group is started off as PSA though, essentially. So, it's one giant grading. It's 3 grading companies in a trench coat, trying to buy a ticket at the movie theater. Halliday for the Senators, Rantanen and Kadri. Kopitar, Tavares, and rookie update of Chernyshov, for the Sharks to 1999. Yeah. I don't know, it seems wild that they have that much market share. Because, like, in an area where it's about card condition too, the more control you have, the more, like, you can... Yeah. It's just, monopolies are never good, you know? Yeah. I mean, it's technically, like... If antitrust laws were actually enforced, it probably would be, but they're not, so... Shesterkin, Brady Tkachuk, and Renzel. Ovechkin for the Capitals, Seneca on the first round, Hellebuck for the Jets. Yeah, I do like the look of tag. Braden Point for the Lightning, Yanni Neiman, and Bo Horvat for the Islanders. Leo Carlson, there we go. Speaking of Beckett. Oh man, we have the retired canvas you want to hit. Big hit coming up. For the Leafs, we got the Dick Duff retired canvas. Beauty. 10 out of 10. Nikishin, Camlund, and Fiala on the deluxe to 250 for the Kings. Where am I putting the exclusives and stuff? I think I'm putting them in this pile. Yes. Sorry, I'm just getting my post recap piles correct. Carson Lambos, Sam Rinzel, and Yaroslav Askarov. Wild, Blackhawks, and Sharks. Alright, 1 box to go, then I will check offers. Oh, we do like a little bit of an intermission. Not yet. Not yet. My hot take with Extend is that I still wouldn't mind them delaying it a little bit longer to get like updated photos from players after like the trade deadline and stuff. I get that they want to have them coming out every 4 months essentially, which makes a lot of sense that way, but I'd rather it be used as like an overall update product rather than like just another, like just an extension, because essentially right now it just operates as Series 3 rather than a true like extended, you know. Understood this assignment of Nichushkin for the Avs. Clattenburg, going to be probably a bit of a cult guy in Edmonton. And Matthew Wood for the Predators, Hischier, Dobson, and Vasilevsky on the playmakers. How tough are these? Are these just a good old random insert guy, or yeah, they don't even say the odds of them. Cool. Kadri, Nate Danielson for the Red Wings, and then Matthew Olivier for the Blue Jackets. McDavid, Weisblatt, and Swayman. Excuse me. Got turned away in time. I ever mentioned how much I hate seasonal allergies? 1 in every 3. Well, so far we're 2 for 2. More Demi and Caulfield. Lane Hudson, Ben Kindle, Patrick Laine for the Habs on the Outburst. Again, he is still a member of the Habs. Be interesting to see if the Habs get any punishment for that, because they probably should. Keeping a player that said he was healthy on IR is technically against the CBA. And while he was on IR and counted against the cap, it still freed up a roster spot for them. But Sean Monahan with Xavier Bourgault and a Granlund for the Ducks. Joaquim Kamel, Sam Rinzel, and Marco Rossi to 100. Yeah, like, see, I'd rather wait, like, the extra, 2 months and get Rossi in a Canucks jersey type of thing. Personally, at least. But Aspero for the Bruins, Dalibir, and, hey, regular Luca Pinelli. Daniel Boot. You got his regular canvas and his black and white. And actually, we hit the Pinelli regular and black and white in this case as well. So, Hyman, Nikishin, and Joel Eriksson Ek for the Wild. Kuntar for the Sabres. Troy Terry for the Ducks, and DeBrincat for the Red Wings. Crosby, Hellebuck, and Levshinov on the 1999 Archie update. Yeah, Utah, I think, got slept on a little bit in this product. I'm happy to see people that picked them up are getting rewarded for it, because they're a very solid team. All right, halfway point. I'm going to check offers quickly. Sure. Sure. And let's. There we go. All right. So just down to 12 spots left. Let me shrink the insert stack as well. There goes the boy. I mean, Seneca's a big chase for base Young Gun. The real chase, though, the product is the debut jersey patch auto 1/1s. And then obviously the acetate Young Guns and stuff, but the crop's actually pretty good, Drake. overall. Like, there's not as many headliners as you'd hope for type of thing, but there's still, like, I don't know, I have 4 players in A or above, which is solid. I think I went a little bit easy on the, like, low-end guys, because, yeah. Yep, Quilly and Acetate, going to Leafs fan. Unfortunately not Cowan, but... Yeah. Quitting Acetate? Wait, no, that's not Quinn. I'm kidding. Quinn Hughes, I get it. You had every right to leave. Just, you know, fans are going to remember. What am I going to have for lunch today? I got lots of cardboard. Can't get my fiber. The entire, like, wall behind me is full of sealed product right now. Like, I have more in here than what's on our shelves right now, which is kind of funny. Raymond, Hischier, and Perek. Nylander. There we go. Beckett number 2 for the Ducks. There we go. 2 Becketts. Now you can send one to each grading company. Svetch. Aho, Brady Martin, and Macklin Celebrini Dazzlers. No clear cut in this case yet. Just the acetate. Snuggerud, Lambos, and Werenski. Ovechkin, Misa, Sharon Govich for the Flames on the outbursty boy. McDavid, another Seneca first round rookie. Jesper Bratt. Definitely not 2020-21, although you might be able to get that box for like $10 from somebody. No, that product is pretty rough. 21-22, if you can find it for pretty cheap, has a couple good rookies in it, but doesn't have the acetate Young Guns. 22-23, again, same thing. There's a couple. The overall Young Gun crop isn't as good, but it has the acetates, so it is a fun rip if you can find it at a decent price. 23-24, you've got Fantilli, Cooley as 2 really good Young Guns in it, and then last year you have Dobish and Will Smith. So, and this year, like the past 3 years have honestly been, you can coin flip, and I can see your argument for them. I'm leaning towards this personally, just given price, but the Celebrini poll last year, especially again if the prices are the exact same, I'd go for last year. Stamkos, Davidson, and Andy Moog, sorry, for the Oilers on the retired canvas. But yeah, it kind of depends who you want to collect, who you want to bet on, what the prices are too, right? Because price is a big factor there. See, Booyah, Easton Cowan, Pink Dazzlers of Tom Willander. All of the OV cards in packs were pulled, I believe. There might be some on E-Pack left still, but I'm not sure. Groshev with a Misa and a Donato. Yeah, the 8 of 8 was pulled at Weiser's, which is just nearby us. So Danielson, Seneca, and Kucherov on the clear cut. First round rookies, Mr. Perek, Ovechkin, and Brock Besser. Quinn Hughes for the Canucks, Easton Cowan, and Nate Danielson, level 2 trilogy rookie. The big draw to extended last year is that the Celebrini stuff is just selling really well in general, so it gives you a decent floor if you can get the box at, you know, a half decent price. Like his first round rookie is a $50 card, which is better than pretty much every other Young Gun except for Will Smith and Dobish in that set. Alright, I want to get this box open up so I can freeze some stuff up, but yeah. Ooh. The sticker on this is pretty fresh because the ink smeared onto the shrink wrap. I think this one is like the best version of Extended so far. King Heffy, I mean, the product just came out. It's going to be pretty tough to pull it. It's going to be pretty tough to price it. I would say price-wise, it's tough, man. Because, like, yeah. Yeah. I mean, Z being 100 for... Z's 100 for a deluxe? That's a lot for a deluxe. But, yeah. Like, the sooner you sell, the better, I would say, personally. Because I like him as a player. I'm not as high on him as pretty much everyone else in Vancouver. I think he's going to be a really solid, like, second pairing guy. Might get top pairing minutes type of thing, but he's never going to get power play 1 in my opinion, and that just limits their hobby value. But yeah. So it's like a solid pull, but the sooner you sell deluxes, you tend to be the better. Braden Schneider, Leonard, and Etrushkin. Unless they're like borderline superstar potential, which I don't think he is, unfortunately. Nazar, Vancouver Giant legend, Tristan Nielsen, Adrian Kempe. So, but look up like similar players from the, yeah. Deluxe is really funny how it's the weakest one. Look up similar players that you think value wise for deluxes on their comps from previous sets, and then go from that. Barzell, Borgo, and Gabe Perreault. It's kind of, you have to do hockey card algebra with new releases, where you kind of have to find like, okay, this is what this player is sold for. It's a similar player to this. This is what this sold for. And go from there. William Karlsson, Daniel Boot, and Cale Makar on the Four Nations canvas. So, Rinzel, Misa, Berkeley Cadden on the Pink Dazzlers. Lev Shanov, almost missed that. Pros and Prospects of Stutza and Philip Hronik. But yeah. I'm shocked Deluxe didn't get a little bit more love. I think it might eventually, but especially for the big guys. The smaller guys, I get it. I mean, it was just trying to add numbered cards to make the product feel better. Forsberg for the Predators, Braden Coots, and John Gibson for the Red Wings. Perek, Kuntar, and Besser. Troy Terry, Austin Matthews, John Tavares. Stutzla, Ryan Green, and Nate Danielson on the holographics. Aspero, Reinhardt, and Hedman. Rantanen, Neiman, and Deluxe of Fire in My Lasers. Yeah, I feel like the Deluxes were added as fillers to replace what exclusives used to be. And like they kind of felt like there weren't enough numbered cards, and so they tried to do that. Because like the print runs have increased on this, so like in general, it's decreased from 23-24 series 2, but nothing will ever be as bad as that, I don't think. No worries. Like, getting a Young Gun Deluxe is still, it's one of those things like, it's still a good pull odds-wise, because they're normally one per case. So. Oh yeah, and not even close. Unfortunately, not even close. But Blackwood for the Avs, Demi for the Hurricanes, and that's our third pink Dazzlers of Philip Forsberg. It's a little strange. Zook, Chernyshov. Ooh, nice. Good little pack here. Young Gun Canvas. Jacob Fowler for the Habs. That's a cool photo, too. It's a really cool canvas photo. Put that in the recap pile. I'm too lazy to fix everything up there. Matthews, Oliver Moore, and Demidov rookie update to 1999. Habs going on a little heater. Triniev for the Capitals. Perek for the Flames. Chandler Stevenson for the Kraken. Pedersen for the Canucks. Levshinov. Ottinger playoff variation. Playoff variation of Ottinger. Dude, where's Makar, Taylor version, Brandon Montour, and Alexei Protas. Crosby with a Misa and a Chris Kreider. Noah Ostlund, Matthew Schaefer, and a Siniev on the rookie update. Tristan Bros, Dudors Makar, and Seth Jarvis. Shane LaChance, Victor Hedman, and then a canvas of Romanov for the Islanders. Wing you up, I will try. I will try. I don't know why I'm still going to top loading the Siniev right away, but Romanov wasn't built in a day, and neither were the Islanders. Oh, here's our clear-cut young gun. Koivunen. Kindle. Xavier Bourgault for the Senators. The acetate we hit was Quillen in this case, but I saw Bourgault on the clear cut. Good one. At least decent. Like some upside there, you know. Scored a lot. Former first round pick. Maybe gets a chance. Draisaitl, Patrick Kane, and Jack Finley to 199. On the rookie update. Yeah, I think these are my most useless cards of the set. All right. Who haven't we seen young gun wise? Yeah, we haven't seen Zeev. We haven't seen... Stenberg? Have we seen Cadden? I don't think we have. I don't know if we've seen Akhimov either. Or Kimmler. Or Lardis, actually. There's a decent number that we haven't seen. All right. Matthew Wood, Zane Perek, Levshinov on the thingamadoohickey. Duchesne, Kempa, and Michael Misa. First round pick outburst for the Sharks. Those look so much better than the draft pictures, man. We hit 2 good cards from this set. Where are all my stands? Oh, there's one more stand. Nice Misa. I mean, we didn't have... Ours in Series 2 were fine that we opened up. It seems fine. Brock Besser, Davidson for the Habs, and Nikishin. I don't know, nothing super noticeable, but Perot, Berkeley Cadden, and Snuggerud on the awesome gold. Groshev, Seth Jarvis, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, Connor Bedard, Demidov, and Jacques Hughes to 100 for the Devils on the exclusives. That's a lot of exclusives. Like, that's 2 and 3. So it should be probably 4.5 deluxes if it's 2 per. So it's half the print run of Series 2, roughly. I don't know. Oh yeah, there's no retro on Young Guns. Were there retros last year? I don't think so. Right? They didn't do retros last year. I'm shocked they didn't do like a couple Easter egg ones. Tage, Quinn Hughes, William Karlsson. Kempa, Denver Barkey. We'll put him in this pile now. Gavrikov. Pasta, Leonard, and Zibby. Clayton Keller, second Fowler. Braden McNabb. Green, Matthew Wood. Swagnificent of Jack Hughes. Or, sorry, Luke Hughes, not Jack Hughes. I was like, that's not Jack. Luke Hughes. It's the other Hughes. It's like, that's not the right profile for Jack. Yeah, same team. Well, Murchison, Kamel, and Markstrom. Yeah, so far, like, base photo variation-wise, they seem to come out pretty regularly, but pretty Like, the Magnificents are fine because they're easily identifiable, but the playoff and outdoor ones are honestly pretty not great. Like, it's hard to pick a difference. The back of them. There are 3 cards. There's only 2 hits in the pack is how you tell, to be completely honest. But yeah, like, they're not special. They don't... You look at them and it's like, oh, is that a playoff game? No. You can't tell. So, like, I'd like to see... Again, I mean, trying to provide constructive criticism to see the set improved in future years. But, like, the Jake Christensen base card in this is him outside. But he also has an outdoor game variation. It's like... To me, that base card should be the one of the outdoor game variations because it looks like he is outdoors. So unless he just has a regular base, like his outdoor variation is going to be the base card and he got the picture mixed up. Which is possible. I don't know. I'll have to see it when it pops up, so. I just, want them to be a little bit special. Rasmus Dahlin, Dustin Wolf. Berkeley Cadden on the deluxe first round rookies for the Kraken. A little bit of a bum corner on this guy. Yeah. The only thing with celebrations is, again, like, they sometimes put players with celebrations in them. But, like, this one in particular, like, he has an outdoor game variation. He is wearing a toque in this photo. You're going to think it's an outdoor game variation. But it's not. Shane Wright. Milic for the Jets. Sandin for the Capitals. Neiman, Dalbier, pros and prospects to 250 of Timmy Stützle. Otto Stenberg, there's Otto. Heiskanen and Morrissey. And Otto's a pretty interesting profile. He played in the SHL at a really young age, which is normally a good sign, but never really came through. We have another photo variation. Suzuki, Stone, and Donato on the outdoor variation. So, like, again, the outdoor variation, that makes sense. Even though he's indoors for it. Yeah, the Suns are, sneaky good in this. I like their young guns. They're, not the worst guys, but they're fine. Brady Tkachuk. There's the Z for the Canucks. Aktimov. Yeah, probably. Nice Zeev, though. Toffoli for the Sharks. This feels like a pretty... He's correlated with Steve. Yeah. We pulled him in our YouTube box and didn't get Z. So, he's probably sometimes. Who did we pull together? We pulled Lardis and Chernyshov together. Sometimes. But we didn't pull them in this case, so. It'd be fun doing the mapping for it. Tuck, Luca Pinelli, Berkeley Cadden, Philip Gustafsson, Koivunen, Berkeley Cadden on the holographics, Ryan Leonard on the first round rookies, Charlie McAvoy, Jesper Bratwurst, Milic, yeah. Caulfield for the Habs, Levshinov, and Colton Dock. Cadden, there he is. Aktimov and Schaefer. I hate how boomer bust the Islanders are in this. Crosby. Oh, almost could you imagine a triple Crosby? That'd be sick. But Nick Robertson for the Leafs. Leafs has actually done pretty well. Although they're just solid team. All right, last box. I mean, like, pretty solid. 2 black and white Young Gun canvases, an acetate. Doubled up on Fowler and Seneca. This should have a Lardis in it. I don't think we've pulled him yet. Our Outburst being Namiso is nice. No complaints here, really. Yeah, the red Outburst streak might die today. I know it's at least 5 cases. I think it's actually 7 when you count like the mixers that we've done, and maybe even 8. It was a good run. Debut jersey 1 in 9 cases, yeah. I feel like you're gonna get like an acetate a day with the cup. Like it's gonna be, there's gonna be that one slot in the case that's tied to like acetate day with a cup, the debut jersey or debut patches. So let's see if we can keep the red Outburst streak going though. Matthew Schaefer, Elias Salomonson, Tage. Sizzle Reel of Kopitar, Beckett, and Under Outburst. Okay. What pile is it in? Put it in this pile. Okay, it's a little bit different. Yeah, see, like, the problem is that these look so similar that I'm just like, oh, wait, isn't this the same? They need to make those playoff variations a little bit more special. Larkin, Murashov, Konechny. Nate Danielson and Beckett Seneca. Actually, I don't think, have we pulled the Schaefer thing? Marner on the black and white canvas. The first round rookie of Schaefer's, Jimmy Snuggroot, Ovechkin, and Tace. I cannot remember. Quinn Hughes for the Canucks, Easton Cowan for the Leafs, and rookie update of Nikishin to 1999. So we're missing Lardis. I think him and Lardis are together, though. There. Why did I flip the back of a Detroit card expecting it to be a playoff variation? It's like flipping the back of a Canucks card and expecting that to be a playoff variation. Look, if I'm going to send out strays to other teams, I got to send out strays to my own team. Oh. Rasmus Dahlin, Nate Danielson, and Dalabir. Dale. Sagan, Klantenberg, and Matthews. Come on, give me that Schaefer. Hellebuck, McKinnon, and Clayton Keller. Understood the assignment, Patrick Laine. There's a Danielson Young Gun. Are we going to have a case where we didn't get every single Young Gun? We did get an extra pink Dazzler, so now I'm actually curious. Kyrou for the Blues. Power play rookies of Easton Cowan, Colton Dock, and Day with the Cup of Gustav Forsling for the Panthers. That is a interesting foil placement. All right. I will take back the Sam Bennett one being the most valuable. I think this one's going to be the most collectible. All right. There's a Demidov, an Eichel, and a Young Gun canvas of Taylor McCarr. I I don't think we hit a largest Young Gun, did we? Benjamin, kind of depends the player, the background, stuff like that. And how many times they've gotten them too, right? Let me go through here. Two Danielsons. Yeah, that's strange. So what I'm going to do after, like, when I start this break, after I'm done sorting this break, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll see what Young Guns we were missing, and if you had one in that, we'll see what I can do for you. Because, yeah, it sucks when you open up a case and you'll get something. But I definitely think we're missing some Young Guns here, so... looks like we just, unfortunately, didn't get a couple of them. So, alright. Random, we got 2 randoms to do, then we got the recap. Toronto, Detroit, Anaheim, Seattle. Here we go. This is for the checklist. Once, twice, third time. Seattle. They don't guarantee 6 and 1, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna count that after. Because I wonder if they just kept their odds the same as last year and just didn't have the same first round rookies. Once, twice, third time, Detroit. All right. Because that would actually make some sense. Recap time. Seattle gets the checklist. Detroit, sorry, gets that checklist. Some of the better Young Guns: Danielson, Zeev, Fowler, Borgo clear cut, Fowler canvas, Chernyshov, Boo, Andy Moog on the retired canvas, Pinelli canvas, Danielson again, Dick Duff. Yeah, there we go. Pinelli, Daniel Boo, and Denver Barkey. Fulton, I wonder if they kept the odds the same as the previous year and didn't update the fact that they only did 10 first-round rookies. Some of the cooler hits, Day with the Cup, Forsling. I think this one's going to fetch a nice little premium. Nikishin to 1999. Playoff variation of Ottinger. Outdoor of Donato. Suits to 250. Magnificent of Luke Hughes. Finley to 199. Suniev, Demidov to 1999. Danielson to 499. Levshinov to 1999. Playmakers of Vasilevsky. Chernyshov to 1999. Kindle to 999. Dalibir to 199. And a Morrissey playoff variation. Cadden to 250 on the first round rookie deluxe. Fiala, Kyle Connor, both deluxes as well. Jack Hughes exclusives, Rossi exclusives, and Lazar exclusives. So just based off of the first couple cases we've done, this seems to have about maybe like it's definitely printed less than I think Series 2 was, which is nice. 2 Senecas, and we did hit 2 Fowlers. This nice Moore trilogy, 299 on the level 3. Outbursty boys were Tristan Brose and Michael Misa. Daniel Boo, black and white, Young Gun canvas. It'll break. Jacob Quillen, acetate, Young Guns. Just tough to get. Always cool to see. As group break, 668.